Hello. Today, we're going to go through some of the updates that have occurred since my last D2R Reimagined overview and review video. So I believe I started around 1.17. We are now at 1.21.1, which is the hotfixes for the big release of 1.21. They made a lot of changes in there, so let's take a look. This video will be in addition to my original. A lot of what was in my original video is still relevant, but there are a few changes that I need to go over. The next big release is going to be Reimagined 2.0, where there are going to be a lot of big changes. I'm not sure what those changes are yet, but I know that the Reimagined team is working tirelessly on that patch. So let's start with some item updates. All right, so first thing we're going to do is play with some of these orbs. I have here 5 conversion orbs, 5 corruption orbs, and 5 socketing orbs. Now, to use the conversion orb, you need a yellow item that you want to upgrade to a unique item. So I've got a Sacred Armor, Grand Matron Bow, Diadem, Mesh Belt, and a Monarch Shield. Those are what I'm going to work with. Let's start with the Ancient Armor. Throw an Orb of Conversion in there, and maybe we'll get Ethereals. We did not get Ethereals. We got Templar's Might, which is to be expected in my opinion, just because it's such a difficult item to find. That said, I do have one that I found recently in a TZ, and I just wanted to show you that they've added a level 1 Might Aura as well as +1 to all skills on that armor. Nice little upgrade. Alright, let's roll our Diadem. See what we get here. Blind Sight Diadem. +2 to all skills. 12% chance to cast a level 5 decoy. Hit blinds, bonus attack rating, defense, dexterity, lightning. It's okay. It's not great, but it's alright. Either way, another item to play with. Let's try the Monarch. Monarch, we got our Storm Shield, GMB, Winter Shock. You're in 21 enhanced damage, 40 to 80 damage, 144 lightning damage, or 102 444 lightning damage, 25 to 50 cold, -15 to enemy cold resistance, +15 cold damage, cold resist, lightning resist. Overall, it's pretty good, Winter Shock. I think there's more than that too, because I did find a different Grand Matron Bow that I really liked and was hoping I would get here. Either way, last one we're going to do is a Mesh Belt. And it becomes Meshif's Coil. 4% chance to cast level 14 Iron Maiden, 30 to faster run walk, faster hit recovery, managed regen, +10% max cold resist, and then a ton of cold resistance if you're level 99. It's almost a 1-for-1 level, just slightly less. So that is how you use conversion orbs. They are very rare. It's hard to find them. I think I have found one in probably a month. Other people have had better luck than I have. Now you can find those orbs anywhere in the game. It's like finding a rune. It'll drop just about anywhere. All right, so let's check out our socketing orbs. So Orb of Socketing gives you a random number of sockets up to the maximum amount. So we can throw this in here with a GMB, and we get 4 sockets. If we do another one, it's still 4 sockets. I don't know if it landed on 4 a second time, or if you can only use these once, but I'll try it here on the Storm Shield as well. So Storm Shield, we ended up with 4 sockets. God, that's dirty. I'm not going to use another one. I'm going to see how many we can get on this this Diadem. 3 sockets on the Diadem. I'll do it again. 2 sockets on the Diadem. So you can redo it. I just happened to hit 4 sockets on my GMP twice. Alright, so that covers the socketing orbs and the conversion orbs. Now let's talk about the last one, our corruption orbs. If you go onto the wiki, there are corrupton. That's not going to do it. So if you go to the wiki, go to corruption orbs, somebody wrote out this fantastic page highlighting what to do with your corruption orbs, how to use them, and all of the affixes by gear. So these are the affixes you can put on gloves, chests, belts, boots, helms, shield affixes, etc., etc., etc. So how it works, let's just corrupt this Storm Shield here real quick. What do we have? We've already got block rate, block chance, strength. There's 2 resists, damage reduction 35%, 30 strength. Okay, so let's see what we end up with here. So you have to do it twice. You do 1 click, and at this point it knows what it's going to get. Oh no, it looks like this was a dud, unfortunately. So this is corrupted and nothing happened. I wonder if maybe I just took too long to click it again. So I did that. I'm just gonna take a minute and see if it still works. No, I think if you wait too long, you might break the process. Because I still have this orb that worked to put that on. Now let's do it with the GMB, and this time we're gonna do it faster. 1, 2. So that time it added it. What did it add? I couldn't tell you. Maybe nothing, because this all looks the same. But oh, it added 2 sockets. Remember I had 4 sockets in here? Now it's got 2. So you want to corrupt before you put your sockets in. And then let's check out this belt, see what we can get on here. So it currently has run walk, hit recovery, mana regen, max cold resist, and then the Iron Maiden. Now we've added, I don't know, maybe some more defense? I don't really see much there. Alright, let's do another one. Let's do my boots here. So these already have 6 max resist, mana, and faster run walk. And run walk, 6, 11 of mana. Was it the enhanced defense? I feel like I'm just striking out here. Alright, let's throw this in, let's see what we get on here. This currently has fire skills, fireball, strength, magic find, attack rating. Oh, ain't working that way. Okay, so maybe not the amulet. Let's do a ring. This is my double SOJ. I think they fixed the evil force on this one. I know they fixed a few of them. You might still see evil forces, but that's basically like a null value kind of thing. Alright, and on here, maybe it was 10 to energy? Let's do the gloves of Telio Mortis. This will be our last one. It's already got 2 dull skills and 185 defense. 2 dull skills, 185 defense. I feel like this is not working correct. Didn't seem like I got a whole lot of all these things that I just corrupted. But when I edit it, I guess I'll know at that point. I have had them work pretty well. Like you can get +1 to all skills on stuff. It's just pretty rare. But they are out there. And then one more thing to show you on the corrupted orbs. Let me grab some more. Tristram. Hey, there's 2 more right there. Alright, so one more thing that I want to show you about these corruption orbs is, let's say you have a base and you want to corrupt it. You can corrupt the base, but don't corrupt the rune word. So corrupt it, then add your runes. Otherwise, you could break your rune word. So you throw it in here, corrupt it. What do we got? 1 to Shiver, 1 to Inferno. Let's see if anything happens here. 1 to Shiver, 1 to Inferno. I can't get this to work. What's going on? And then we can do Tier Thule to get our Snowdrop rune word back into it. Man, I'm having some really poor luck on corrupted orbs, and these are all fresh. These aren't even like duped or anything. All right, let's do another one. Let's just see. So it's already got 15 ED and 1+ to attack rating. Ooh, 100%, 118% enhanced damage. Finally, we got one that works. That's a big buff. Jeez, I wasn't expecting that. So now we can throw our runes back in and get a hefty rune word. 218% enhanced damage as opposed to the 100. And this is just a great rune word altogether. Knowledge is just 3 L runes and a sword. Has to be a sword. And yeah, it could take you up through Nightmare. You could probably get through Hell with it. Alright, so that covers the orbs. Let's look at a couple more things here. So in my first video, you saw that there was a Collin's Might small unique charm here in Akara's wares for sale. It's no longer there, but it's easy to find. Gotta go to normal. Alright, so we're going to my good buddy Corpse Fire. He's gonna have to set, it's like a guaranteed drop. I don't think I've killed Corpse Fire and not gotten Collin's Might. But you identify it, and she starts off 50% melee splash damage, -42 enhanced minimum damage. Now if you go into Herodric Cube recipes and you switch over to charms, you'll see down here the melee splash charm upgrade path. I'm glad they added this because at first it was really hard to figure out exactly how to upgrade it. You can currently upgrade it to T7. You can't get T8 just yet. I'm guessing that's going to be available in 2.0. Let's see how it works. All right, first upgrade is 1 chip gem. There she goes. Second upgrade is Elrune Flawed Gem. All right, so we got our Charm, Flawed Skull, Elrune, and that upgrades it a second time. And now our minimum damage, or our minus to minimum damage, max damage, are decreased to 33%, and melee splash damage is increased to 55%. Sometimes you have to click out and back in for this to pop up, so just keep that in mind. Next is going to be Ort Rune and a Flawless Gem. There we go. So, Ort Rune, Flawless Skull, Collin's Might, and now it's down to 30% on the minus to maximum damage and up to 65% on melee splash damage. Next one, again, click out, click back in. Shell Rune, 2 Perfect Gems, Magic Jewel. Shell Rune, 2 Perfect Gems, Magic Jewel, and our Charm. Still at 65% melee splash damage, and then our min and max minus the damage are decreased down to 25 and 28%. Next one, IO 3 Perfect Gems, 2 Magics. IO 3 Perfect Gems, 2 Magic Jewels, and our Charm. Now it's at 75% melee splash damage, and the minus to min and max is down to 20 and 26. Next we have Foul, Eld, and 4 Perfect Gems, 3 Magic Jewels. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 5. Alright, 75%, and then minus 15 on enhanced min, minus 24 on enhanced max. The last one we can do is the Pull Rune, Neff Rune, 5 Perfect Gems, 4 Magic Jewels. Pull Neff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Charm. And that is our last upgrade. 75% melee splash damage, minus 10 enhanced max damage, or min damage, minus 22 enhanced maximum damage. So this is huge for the melee characters, right? Like your ability to splash everything around you is fantastic. It's a lot of fun to play. There were also some slight changes to stacking. So you can now stack up to 100 on your runes. And same with gems if you're stacking gems. Then there were some changes to the loot filter. For example, health pots are now HP 5 as opposed to... I don't remember what they were before. But those are changed, those are updated. And then this is pretty neat. They have changed Ethereals to show up as purple. So as you're running around killing things, if you're looking for something specifically ethereal, you'll know by the color purple. However, if it's socketed and ethereal, it just shows up as gray. So don't stop picking up the grays just because you're looking for an ethereal. It might still be ethereal. I think the sockets overlays on ethereal, so if it does have sockets, it's just not going to show. And then my last note on items, rune drop rate is much lower now than it was when I first started playing. Not much lower, slightly lower. They made some adjustments just because people found that they were just dropping like hotcakes. So they decreased the drop rate a bit so that it feels a bit more natural. You can still find HRs in your first playthrough once you get to hell, so don't worry too much. But also you'll have to grind a little bit more to get them, to get what you're looking for. All right, jewel punching. Jewel punching has been something that you can do since this mod started, but they had to update it a little bit. Instead of blue jewels punching everything, now you have blue jewels that can punch blue items, white items. You have yellow jewels that can hole punch rare items and set items, and then unique jewels have to punch unique items. So that's something that's a big change from before to now. So if you're trying to hole punch something, make sure you're checking on those colors. In the last video I made on the overview, we were using a Mal rune and an Ist rune in order to upgrade a blue jewel to a unique jewel. That was not a part of the original files, which I now realize. I didn't know that was the case in the beginning. I thought it was something that was going to be transferred over. Rather than adding that in, they updated jewels so that you can upgrade 9 blue jewels into 1 yellow jewel, and you can upgrade 9 yellow jewels into 1 unique jewel. I'll show you how it works. All right, so here we have 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 yellows. That makes 1 unique jewel. And I got a 4/5 poison facet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Just barely. Alright, 9 blues makes 1 yellow. There you have it. Alright, so let's go through some of the new quality of life updates that they've added. Durability on weapons has been increased. You can see here on this flail, just a regular flail, it's 250 durability. So you throw a Runeword into this, you're not going to be going back to town every, 2 or 3 town portals just to repair. Same with this one, 250. This one, 250. This one's 287. Not the armors, just the weapons. So that's a really nice one, because when I was building out my Barbarian, I kept having to go back to town to repair, and it's kind of annoying. So definitely a good quality of life update in my opinion. Another one, you got Deckard here right by the chest. If you played Diablo 2 LOD, you'll remember, I think it was in maybe 1.13 or could have been 1.14. Jesus, it could have been 1.09. I don't remember. But Deckard used to always spawn over here on this side, and then in one of those patches of vanilla way back when, he started coming over here. So in current D2R vanilla, Deckard stays over by Qualkick, and then based on the new patch that went through recently, he stays down here, which is really nice because you're a lot closer to Mala and Larza. Now this is really nice. This update also
Where can I take you?
Changed Act 2 and Act 3 spawn points, and Act 2's town portal point. So when you go east, instead of dropping down way in the southwest corner, you're up here right next to Farah as soon as you get into the game. Likewise, whenever you are teleporting back to town, your TP is right here next to Farah. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorites. And then you'll notice here, when you go talk to Meshif, to get back east into Act 3, right in the middle of town. It's perfect. You don't have to run all the way over here. Now, I mean, if you wanted to talk to... what's his name? If you wanted to talk to Rotley, you're still going to have to go down there and talk to him. But
good day.
Great change in my opinion. I don't remember if I included this in the last one, and this is not a change per se, but Standard of Heroes is how you spawn the Diablo clone. So you just grab your Standard of Heroes after you complete the Ubers, because they always drop this from Ubers. And you sell it, and boom, you got D-clone coming into town. See if we can find him. There he is. Just like that, you get your Annie. See if it's worth it. My current is 13, 10, 10. Nah, I'll keep my old one. And then the last quality of life update that I wanted to show off here is the Act 1 Mercenary can now use crossbows, which is really cool. I wondered why that wasn't possible for the longest time, so I'm really glad to see that. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, also on the loot filters, you'll now see N, X, and E. N meaning it's a normal item, X being an exceptional item, E being an elite item, just so that way it's easy to kind of pick out what drops. Now, I haven't played a whole lot of Necromancer, so unfortunately I can't show you the Skeleton Mage changes. However, I know Debrinsky made a video about this mod, bringing him back to Diablo 2, and he does a great highlight of the upgrades that they did for all of the mages. I know that they've also reduced the amount of mana it costs to summon, and I think that's the case on all summons. And then in the most recent update, they also upgraded a lot of the damage and synergies and the poison bone skills. So where the poison mage was shooting poison before, it now shoots a bone spear and uses physical damage. The cold mage, instead of the ice bolt, shoots a glacier spike. Fire mage shoots a fireball instead of a firebolt. And the lightning mage shoots lightning instead of charged bolt. So all of those are the next level skills. So they're going to be doing a lot more damage. Weaken also got a buff. Bone Spirit got a buff. So there's a lot of stuff that has changed with the Necromancer. And you can see those both in the patch notes as well as character balancing. You can see these up in here. And actually, this doesn't show everything. This just shows a few of them. I'm sure they're going to update this at some point. These were the original updates that they made. I know Necro also, when you get to the, whenever you get to the Arcane Sanctuary, they're going to surprise you with where all of your summons can run around to. Changes to the Barbarian's jump or leap is really great, because before it was super slow, clunky, but now he can jump everywhere, and it's awesome.
Greetings.
They also cleaned up the skill tree. As you can see here, before there were a lot of empty skill slots because they got rid of a lot of the different masteries. Basically, melee takes care of all melee weapon masteries. That's not new, but they cleaned up the skill tree, which is nice. They also moved this up to the top, so this is now a level 1 instead of a level 6 skill. A lot of the synergies are changed up, especially with double swing. Not all of that is changed from my last video to this one, but just good to know. Definitely check out the character balancing on Barbarian, because there's a lot to read through here. In the most recent update, they did add more attack rating to the melee mastery, so this works a little bit better, which is nice. You can connect a lot more. Amazon updates the fire arrow. I have that fire arrow. Now uses less mana and does more damage. It's only 2.8. So let's see. This isn't hell. It's not great, but also this guy's not really built up for this. This is my buyer. Early bow base damage increases. Let's go to normal and take a look at those. So longbow is now 4 to 12, where it used to be 3 to 10. Hunter's bow is now 3 to 7, where it used to be 2 to 6. And short bow is now 2 to 5, where it used to be 1 to 4. So all the bows got a nice little buff. I believe Collin was doing a run through with a boson and caught on to some of the weakened aspects of the boson and was trying to buff those up a little bit. Immolation arrow cooldown reduced to 0. So you can just release these all over the place. This would be fun. I'm gonna go see how this goes. Oh man. Now I'm really interested in trying this out. That's fun. Ice arrow now pierces by default. There's an ice arrow. So this one is always going to pierce. Oh, comfort everybody. And quivers no longer reduce as you shoot. So we're at 483 here. And we remain at 483. You could say you don't need the arrows anymore, but you can craft up arrows. If you're interested in crafting arrows, you can go to D2R website, go to cube recipes, quiver. You can see here, arrows, amethyst, and a tier rune gives you replenish quiver, which you don't need. This one gives you piercing. This one gives you slaying. Slaying sounds the best. Let's make some slaying. Arrows, perfect sapphire, and a foul rune. Foul rune, quiver. And +1 to bow and crossbow skills, increased attack speed, piercing, replenishes quantity, which we don't necessarily need, and 5 to 20 damage. So that is one of the recipes that you can use for quivers, and a reason to continue using a quiver. Paladin got some nice changes. For example, the damage on Holy Fire was increased. Don't know by how much. And there's now a extra Holy Bolt affix that you can find on scepters, which I really want to find. So another change that I really like is the Holy Bolt can now hit everything, not just undead, which really changes the gameplay in the maggot layer, because you just go through, everything gets slapped. Passes right through all of them. It's really nice. And there's also a new affix that can be found on scepters, which can increase the number of holy bolts that you use. What was it? Extra holy bolt for check tile. Affix on scepters. I haven't been able to find one yet, but I can't wait to try it out when I do. Holy Fire's damage got an increase. The damage done to you on the sacrifice, the sacrifice skill now decreases. It used to be 8% as a whole, and now as you level it up, it decreases down to 1%. So mine here at level 18 is a 2% damage to self. And then conversion, which is not something I've put much time into. The chance to convert has been increased significantly from 50% to like 90%, I believe. Sort got some changes as well. Frost Nova damage scaling is increased by 25%, so that's a big change. Blizz and Frozen Orbs cooldowns no longer share casting delays. I think that's the case for everything. They just basically got rid of all of the shared casting delays. Frozen armors all last longer. And chilling armor, I know they increased the damage that it outputs, duration, the defense. So this chilling armor got a lot of nice upgrades. Nova mana cost has been decreased. It was 15 at the start, now it's 13. Inferno damage scaling is increased. Blaze damage scaling is increased. Firewall doesn't share casting delays. Meteor doesn't share casting delays. Hydra, guess what? Doesn't share casting delays. In fact, the max is now 6 of them, and there's no delay between summoning them either. You can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Druid also got a lot of changes. I'm not going to go into all the changes on that one. Dobrunsky probably has a much better overview of the Druid. He plays Druid a lot. But I know the summon hit points have been increased, so the summons live longer, and it also costs less mana in order to summon. Direwolf damage got increased by about 30%. Elemental skills as a whole got some nice buffs. Werewolf and Werebear no longer have a duration. Basically, you turn it on, you turn it off. There's a ton more updates, and I recommend just hop on the Discord, navigate to patch notes, and you can run through all of the things that have been updated since then. And every time a new patch comes out, Collin adds it into here. You can also check out the discussion. There is always a lot of activity going on in discussion. There's bug reports, installation help, which I know a lot of people end up asking me for help, and I generally tell them to come here. Modding help if you're trying to mod it on your own. User files if you have a file that you want to share with somebody, or you make a change that's fun. And basically that's where I found the mal ist equals unique jewel. I got it out of the user files because somebody else had built it. So that covers it on the changes that I wanted to highlight. We've gone through a lot here, and I want to do just a couple more things that I've gotten questions about. For one of those things, I have a Patreon account that you do not have to pay for. And on this account, all of my free members have access to a lot of different characters. These are all softcore. I'm just now getting into hardcore, so I'll have some hardcore stuff up later. But if you want a character full of all the high runes, you can grab that here. All the save files are here. Now, how do you get this? I'm looking in my view. I need to see y'all's view. So let's say you want to add this barbarian. All of the barbarian files, those will go into your file cabinet, I guess, your downloads. Copy these, go to your user account, right? So mine's Lord of Terror. Go into Save Games, Diablo 2, Mods, Merged, and this is where your modded characters will sit. So this is where you want to paste that character file. I got tons of them in here. I've got most of the characters that I've made videos with are in here, and they're all geared up. So if you just want to practice, play around, go for it. I also have some item repositories as well as sets, and I've got the sets outlined by set. So like, for example, this one here is Zulam Christ's Dread set. If you download this, it's just a character that has all the pieces to that set. I don't have all the sets, but I have quite a few, and I tried to include them in here so that people can access them. And another question I've gotten is, how do I dupe? This is for offline, so I feel like it's fine to do. To each their own, but you literally take all the files of a character, copy it, paste it, and then you have copy, right? And then you want to rename it to Asteroids. I don't know, add an S at the end. It's not going to work if you have a dash and copy on it. You won't see the character. So you have to rename it. So now I have Android S in my character slots. So Asteroid, this is the original character that I had, and this is Asteroid S. So now I can go in here, Asteroid S,
Good day.
and copy over the nothing that he has. But basically just throw it in your shared stash, delete the guy. If you want to do it again, do it again. Another question I get is, are my original offline characters going to disappear? No. All of your original characters will be under save and Diablo Resurrected, right? So these are all my old characters. Now there will be a mods folder, and under merged, this is a different space for all of your modded characters. So I think that about sums it up. I've covered a lot. I've gone over a lot of the changes that have occurred between the last overview video I made and this one, primarily just to catch everything up and make sure that everybody has what they need. When 2.0 comes out, I'll do it again because there's going to be some big changes with 2.0, I'm pretty sure. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Download the mod, check it out, and make sure that you endorse the mod on Nexus Mods. Please be sure to like the video as it helps the algorithm find the people who want to see it. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and take it easy.